The end of the war in Afghanistan doesn't mean the end of threats to our nation. As I've said before, even as we decimated the al-Qaeda leadership that attacked us on 9/11, al-Qaeda affiliates and like-minded extremists still threaten our homeland, still threaten our diplomatic facilities, still threaten our businesses abroad. And we've got to take these threats seriously and do all we can to confront them.
President Obama at Camp Pendleton earlier this week delivering a somber message about the threats we still face from al-Qaeda and other extremists. Mr. Obama also commented on the terror threats and the progress we've made against al-Qaeda when appearing on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. And again answering questions on the issue at a news conference at the White House Friday afternoon. And so we begin our topic of discussion on News Watch. Jim, The Tonight Show, was it the right place, the proper place to talk about such weighty issues as terror alerts?
Well, I mean, actually, Jay Leno asked a lot tougher questions than did the New York Times, so I guess maybe it was better. Look, I have to confess, as an avid news consumer here, I'm suffering a little bit of whiplash because all through 2012, we were told al-Qaeda's on the run. Even after Benghazi last September, they said, oh, they're still on the run. And now we see, a situation where the embassy is being evacuated. It reminds me of watching the helicopters of the Saigon embassy in 1975. And, on the front page of the Wall Street Journal on Friday, there was a sign from anti-Morsi protesters saying, Obama, you can't fool your people in the world anymore. You finance and back terrorism. Now, that might be, well, that's just one protester. It's actually, but the general who's now in charge of Egypt, al-Sisi, said pretty much the same thing to the Washington Post last week. So I'm having a hard time processing what's happening here. Maybe the mainstream media can help me sort it out.
Well, Judy, help us out with this. Was this the right venue, or is the president doing a step-by-step process of getting away from the answering tough questions by the mainstream media or the media organizations that typically ask him those kinds of questions?
Well, Kelly, I think that's his M.O. I mean, he loves doing that. This was his 6th appearance on Jay Leno. I mean, clearly it's a lot easier to just shoot the bull with, with Jay, than face the White House press corps, Ellen Ratner, including, who are going to ask tough questions because they know the issues. So he goes around them. He goes around us all the time, and we let him get away with it.
Don't ask tough questions.
Well, sometimes they do, because they've started
we have Ellen
to ask
right
tough
here,
questions.
and I see Ellen from time to time at the White House when we're there together.
Right.
And when the news briefing takes place with the president, do people get around asking the tough questions?
I think people do ask tough questions. I think sometimes, it's some of the TV people want to get that clip on, so they ask the same question time and time again in different ways. But I do think the tough questions are asked. And my view is any time he can ask questions, whether it's Jay Leno or anybody, that would be good. But I have to say, Politico came out with the quote of the week. He's campaigning to get back to being Barack Obama again.
I saw that. What did you think about that, Jedediah?
I thought for him it was the right venue, because for this president, I think likability is key. And I think when you have issues like Benghazi, when you have a lot of circumstances where he's been on both sides of the issue, lots of stories changing, lots of inconsistency, both domestic and foreign policy-wise, I think it's important for him to get on TV and remind everyone, hey guys, you still want to have a coffee with me. You still like me. I'm still the guy you voted for. So I think for him, that was a big win to choose a forum.
So this is a president who wants to be popular, so he goes to a popular venue, Rich, in order to actually get the kind of support that he's looking for. What say you about his appearance on Jay Leno? It's a softer, gentler forum for him.
Yeah, I think Jedediah is right. Why not? I mean, if I was the White House press secretary or director of communications, I'd continue doing as many softball interviews as possible. It's working for the president. Why not? It's the White House press corps that is failing. I mean, seriously, folks, if you just spent 9 months watching candidate Obama throughout 2012 tell you that al-Qaeda was decimated, and then now we're closing 22 embassies and consulates across North Africa and the Middle East, that doesn't ring true. There's a problem here, and the press should be all over this. However, the White House press is a joke. On Friday, Jessica Yellen, who is the CNN White House correspondent, is tweeting out that sources are telling her that the White House is going to react in a big way to more transparency when it comes to the NSA issues. That source is a White House person telling her. They're just taking what the White House says and just regurgitating it.
Jim, I see you weighing in on this, or you want to weigh in on this real quickly. But let me read something real quickly. It's an op-ed from the Wall Street Journal, Ali Soufan, who says the disconnect lies in our failure to appreciate that while Al-Qaeda Central has been badly weakened by U.S. counterterrorism efforts, the group was never close to being extinguished. It adapted. Anyone else in the media see it the same way?
Well, I think that's correct. It's just not what we were told last year. Look, I mean, the president got away on Jay Leno with saying, quote, we don't have a domestic spying program, and the media just sat there and took that too. I mean, as if the NSA doesn't exist. But Tom Bloomer at Newsbusters caught a great example of where the media cover for the president. On the Tonight Show, he was talking about the geography of ports, and he talked about the Gulf Coast ports and he rattled off Charleston, Savannah, and Jacksonville, which of course are on the Atlantic Ocean. And the AP just inserted, words to cover him on that. It reminds me of the president saying 57 states back in 2008, and of course the media didn't jump on that either.